was the whole thing because they basically had to barricade me in one room because they wanted to make sure that everything was set up, the video cameras were out and the cameras were out.
Cameras, Jesus.
So that way, like when I opened the door and I saw what was under the tree,
You got Truman showed over here.
I know, right? So they could actually capture the reaction, the honest to God reactions of what I thought.
Need that America's Funniest Home Video money. That's good money. It's honest money.
But like I said, I'm about 5. And I remember running out of that room when they finally opened it, and I came out of there like a bull, like from a rodeo bull, just bolted out of there. My short little legs just a kicking. And I'm wearing I think I had on my He-Man pajamas.
He-Man.
And under the tree, I had Castle Grayskull, Snake Mountain, pretty much every vehicle of He-Man and all this other stuff. And I had Transformers coming out of the woodwork, and I died.
Say shit, man! You had the fucking 80s under your tree. You're missing the USS Flag, and you would have had every fucker listening to be like, "What? I'll kill him." Especially since I've seen half of those in your attic right now.
Yeah, that came much later. When, I come downstairs from. I come downstairs at the old house, and there was the fucking Terror Drome.
Yeah, nobody. I don't think the Terror Drome. No, the Terror Drome was a highly popular piece, but it wasn't as hard to find as one of the He-Man castles are fucking nigh impossible to find. Terror Drome, it's hard to find one intact now, but it was very popular when it came out. Everybody wanted one, but it wasn't hard to find. There's a He-Man castle. You can tell me you're the motherfucker that has both, or had both. What was the one that, was the bane of children's existence, where it's God damn it, I got the other one. Because there's 2, and they look kind of the same.
There's Castle Grayskull and Snake Mountain.
Yeah, so what was the hard one to get?
I honestly don't know, because I had both of them. I don't know how, I don't know, where my family had to comb.
That's the fucking, you're a replicant for saying that.
No,
There's a turtle on its back, so... It's no! There's real strife in the world. You're just oh, fuck it, I had them both. Bitches. I'm guessing it's Snake Mountain, because that's the one with the weird fucking, nose, the beak thing, and the weird eyes.
Well, it had the thing that talked. I mean, it had a microphone on it that you could...
Snake Mountain.
And you could make it talk, and it changed your voice to sound all scarified.
Right! But I've only ever seen Castle Grayskull, and anyone's... I'm a few years younger than you, but I knew kids that had... shit tons of He-Man, including the Castle Grayskull, which Mattel's remade for their collectors. I'll ask you if you want to guess the price, but kids had Castle Grayskull.
It's got to be $200 to $300.
Yeah, it's about $200 plus shipping. And it's for the 6-inch, masterpiece He-Man that are out there.
That are out
So it's a fine fucking hunk of awesome, but... Yeah, I always knew kids that had Castle Grayskull. I never once saw the weird little hook build thing, with the scary voice. Yeah. But I remember Toy Fair being this fucking thing was impossible to find. Several men sold their kidneys to get them. It's Jesus.
No, but like I said, I don't know how difficult it was actually for my parents or my grandparents or my aunts and uncles to actually find me one, because like I said, I woke up Christmas morning and had both of them.
This is the days though. I mean, you were still in Lexington?
Yeah, but
this is the days when Kenner was still around.
Oh yeah.
Fucking Cincinnati and northern Kentucky are hubs for that shipping area because of the river. And I didn't know this, but the Kenner, fucking plant was right down the street from Lexington when, in the Tri-County area, basically. I mean, within 90 miles. So that's why we used to have not only Toys R Us, we had Toy Palace.
Children's
Palace.
I know, because I used to go there all the time.
Yeah!
In fact...
Children's Palace was like Toys R Us, only the difference was they had a refurb bin. Where, if shit was damaged or whatever, they'd be sure, go ahead. And they had a better selection of Nintendo that was actually in the box. You could, look at, not the little fucking coupons that you would go to, the prisoner. They had everything out there, and I remember just walls and walls. Toys R Us, its big thing was diversity. Children's Palace, I remember just being, fucking 8-foot sections. I might, it might be skewed by being young.
No, dude. There were, sections of G.I. Joes.
Yeah.
6-foot sections of just action figures of G.I. Joes. And that did not include the, vehicles that they had spaces for, like, way after that. There was an entire aisle of G.I. Joe.
Back when fucking toy stores were for fucking toys, man. Like, now it's like, it's baby stuff and crackers and food and shit like that, music. Fuck that. No. This is back when we had the accessories. That's RoboCop. They had the widest selection of RoboCop and the Ultra Police.
Rambo
for the fucking cartoon. I got my Swamp Thing figures from Children's Palace.
Yeah, me too. I can't remember the name of them, but they were like these action figures, and they had helmets, and they had like this gear that connected to them. They're like the action figures had all these holes on them. No, they're about 8 inches
I just read a thing on 80s
Centurions or something.
Yeah. They had a bunch of. They were literally riddled with holes, so you could modulate what they were wearing.
Plug and play like different gear and stuff on them. What's another one?
I think I still have a couple.
Oh, the Sectars.
Yep.
Bug Riders.
My best friend at the time, when I was like 2, gave me his Rock Lords.
I love Rock Lords. I had 2. I had Granite and I had Nugget.
It was food for. I had Granite and Green Guy, Teal Guy, and then the 2 Rock twins that were.
Oh, I know what you're talking
with
about.
With the fold-out feet. Toys were fucking. It was a booming business because like there was no limit. It was fucking Reaganomics. Fuck it, we're rocking it with everything. Everything's bigger and better because the blow is fantastic. So fucking everything is just out the ass. Both guns firing, and then Children's Palace is in most places. That's why it failed later, though.
There was this one time that mom took me to Children's Palace. It was something that she and I did like every week. She'd take me to Children's Palace and we'd go to the grocery store.
Toys were cheap.
Well, yeah, I mean, and maybe I'd get like a G.I. Joe figure or something like that. But this is back when they were like $4.
They were like $3.
Yeah, like $3.
I remember the peg being like $2.99.
Yeah, something like that. And I mean,
the expensive ones were $5 because they came with a tape, and a $10 one came with a fort. Yeah. The little sandbags and shit.
Oh yeah, but we're walking up, and it's been raining or whatever, and I'm closer to the ground because, like I said, I'm like 7 or something, and I've always been a short kid. So, but I pick something up and unfold. It's a $20 bill. I find a $20 bill walking into Children's Palace, and I'm like 4, 5, 6.
So it will buy.
Old.
Yeah, that's the sign back then. It's just like, well, that's a lot of toys. That could be a fucking playset. Or close. It's a vehicle for sure.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember what I bought with it. I have no idea what I bought with it. I can't not remember for the life of me, but I know whatever I got, I know there was a lot of it. Mom was happy because she didn't have to spend any money.
Found money.
And I remember looking up and I was like, should I check and see if this belongs to anybody? And Mom's like, no.
If it's balled up on the fucking floor, you know.
No, it was folded up. It was like folded up. Like somebody was like going to put it in their pocket.
Slip. Fuck you, Dick. Mine now.
But I found a $20 bill as I'm walking into a toy store. Yeah.
That's pretty, that's pretty fantastic. Shit, I'd take that deal now. What are you kidding? $20, that'll buy an Elite WWE figure. But fucking A, it's a free one. My vivid memory, aside from walls of action figures, my vivid memory. Fuck Toys R Us. Their exclusives should be better. Yeah. They're not paying for us to say good things. As soon as they are, though. My vivid memory was a video game being available at the video game counter, which was different. It's like a jewelry counter at Children's Palace. Like, it was, again, not the coupons that Toys R Us had, where it's just a wall of fucking, like, price tags. And you'd pull out the little paper in the sleeve and be like, I want this one. And if they fucked up the count, then you didn't get shit. And you're just left with this weird, empty feeling. But it was like a jewelry counter. I remember one game being in stock. The artwork just struck me. And it was the Friday the 13th NES game. I was like, huh. I don't know why that image sticks with me. It's the coloring or something. I dug Jason, although I never saw his movies until much later, and they fucking suck. But on NES, fucking Friday the 13th, impossible. I don't care how many rocks you collect, motherfucker. I don't care how many children you save. There's no beating his ass. Fucking game. It's also the plot for 7. The same plot. The kids are in the cabin alone. Bing, 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 bing. And then he flies by, cuts a dude. So your Christmas is you had every 80s toy ever?
Not every one of them. I did end up collecting like every He-Man figure, though.
He-Man, really?
Yeah, I had every.
That was your game.
Well, I had a bunch of G.I. Joe. I had a bunch of G.I. Joes, but G.I. Joes came out way too fast to like collect all of them.
There's just too many at once that it just...
Yeah, and the thing is some of them I watched the cartoon show when I was a kid.
That guy's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't gas up the Jeep before he left. Fuck that asshole. Usually you buy those guys to get killed, though. You know, they got to get thrown off the fucking roof.
It's not just that, but like... And then you'd get like the Python Patrol and Slaughter's Marauders and like
Represent.
And then it was really cool because it was toys that I didn't get when I was a kid, but like later on, it was like a rehashing of them. It was just a different paint job. And the Tiger Force, fuck. Okay, the Tiger Force and Python Patrol is basically just like, okay, we're going to paint old Joe vehicles like Cobra stuff, and then we're going to paint old Cobra vehicles like Joe stuff.
Yeah, with bright orange or yellow stripes.
Well, no, the Python Patrol was like red, like deep red and yellow and grays and black.
It's a sickly yellow.
And fucking Tiger Force was bright fucking yellow with like tiger stripes on it. I'm like, really, guys?
There's no winning.
This went from like camouflage to no.
It's got to catch the eye.
And then the blow apparently was really good that year. And then in the early 90s you have the Ninja Force, which could not have been ninjas in the first place because they were all neon.
Well, no, that's where you got Storm Shadow being changed, though. Storm Shadow was
beforehand. That was beforehand.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, when he got the white, when he got the white thing with the hood, and everybody went ape shit over that.
Oh yeah, they kicked on their own though. That was my favorite. And it turned into Mortal Kombat figures, not much.
And then like the Eco Warriors, when G.I. Joe went all political and was like, Cobra's gonna fuck up the environment, brr! And you know you had the Eco Patrol come in there and clean everything up, and because that's how you take care of toxic waste is with squirt guns. Big squirt guns, industrial-sized squirt guns. That's how you clear toxic waste.
Or you make it more relatable to the teenagers, and you call it Captain Planet.
Captain Planet and teenagers? What the hell?
Captain Planet, he's our hero. Gonna take pollution down to zero. Gonna help him put asunder bad guys who like to loot and plunder. I'll get you, Captain Planet!
We're the Planeteers! You can be one too! Because saving our planet is the thing to do!
Stop it right there before you have to pay royalties.
Oh! It all goes to LeVar Burton. He's like half the fucking voices in that.
Have you seen the live action Captain
Yes,
Planet?
with Don Cheadle.
Love that.
It's a Funny or Die video. It's fantastic.
I really
Everyone's
wish
trees.
they would make a whole episode of that.
Captain Planet, motherfucker. Oh. But that isn't. So what was the one? But what's the one thing you asked from Santa Claus? What's the thing where it's like, if I don't get it for Christmas, I'll shit the bed?
Oh god!
I'm not asking whether you got it. I'm saying, what's the thing? I don't think you had that kind of awareness. Though, we're like, I need diapers. He just sort of just shits, and then if something's under there, that's cool.
I remember. Let's see. No, it couldn't have been 1985 that I got that because 1985 I ended up getting the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Shit.
So that had to have been like when I was 3 or 4 that I got all the He-Man stuff and the G.I. Joes.
That time's out.
Stuff. So yeah, 1985 is when I actually got the Nintendo Entertainment System, and I had this one game called Tiger Healy, and I could never fucking beat it. Even with a Game Genie. The son of a bitch. Okay, look.
Way to go to Game Genie, man.
No. This is years later. Like when I find it again, I'm like blowing the dust off, and I'm like, I'm gonna play Tiger Healy. So I put it in the Game Genie, and I'm just like, how many levels does this thing have? Turns out it's infinite. Okay. If you could beat, I mean it
wouldn't stop.
It wouldn't. I'm like playing it for like 8 hours, and I'm like. That doesn't fucking end. It just doesn't end. My eyes are bleeding from...
Well, they're going to bleed from something eventually. But that doesn't answer the question, you son of a bitch.
One thing I asked for from Santa.
That you, needed. Nah, I don't care if you got it. That's the point of the story. See, that's the arc.
That I needed? Absolutely had to have.
You're just like, dear Santa, for the love of God, I will slit my father's throat tonight if you just give me this fucking... If you just give me this bubble blower.
Okay, dude, we're not praying
Blood
to Santa.
Sacrifice to Santa.
That sounds like we're praying to Satan there for a second. I will slit my father's throat and sacrifice him in your dark, hoary name.
Hey, man. Hey. This fucking...
It was the... had to have been the Ninja Turtle sewer playset.
Okay. There you go. Now that's an answer. So you saw the commercial, like, cool!
I was like,
Michelangelo can skateboard, yeah! Donatello shit! Pizza, wow! Leonardo, rats.
It had the pipes and the tubes that you could take off and interconnect and actually make it like...
it was modular?
Yeah,
this
the
is
pipes,
one of those
the
toys of
actually
myth.
came off, yeah.
I didn't...
You could hook it up
vaguely aware
to.
of
You
that.
could actually hook it up to the Terradrome. I had that too, because it had like one of those.
I've never seen that in real life.
It's about this big.
Yeah,
It
where
opens
Krang
up.
hung out, yeah.
Yeah, it opens up. Yeah, and had an
No
eyeball
idea.
that went on top. That if you clicked the button, the eyeball rolled down and crushed everybody. And
It's the life of the privileged
I
few,
know,
you sick
right?
fuck. I don't know, did you have that?
I lived during a great.